Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Chicken Chronicles. This is Chicken Fodder Experiment number 2. Sorry, it's early in the morning and I'm still a little sleepy and my camera hand is a little shaky. But if you could see here, this is I soaked these, or oats. I soaked them overnight, night before last, and I put them in this shallow pan here. I've got a macro lens on, so it's kind of hard to see right now. Because what I wanted to show you with that macro lens is this, and this. We have sproutage. So I didn't think these were going to sprout because they have a hole, but they definitely are. Let me remove this really quick. Okay, so I saved little takeout containers. You know what they, from what you can tell. Anyway, and I used them for my Fodder Experiment here. So this is technically day 2, and we have sproutage. So I put a lot less seed in than I did originally, and hopefully this. That still doesn't look right. There we go. I don't know why it was still there. But like you can kind of still see the even with this lens, that there's some sproutage starting to occur. So I'll keep an eye on that, and I'll tag right on to the end of this video when I'll stitch them all together so we can see it, and let you know how it goes in the next segment here. Okay, this is a little bit later on day 2. What I previously showed you was about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. This is now, what is it, 1:30 in the afternoon, and I'm seeing more sprouts, little root shoots starting to come out of more of the and you can see the little white tendrils starting to poke through. I really got a good now, you know, there's some to those black ones in there. I think those are probably not viable seeds, but I don't know, we'll see. I'm really curious how this is going to come out. This is day 2, and I think on day 2 I had more sproutage on the lentils. But that's a bean, and these are these are a grain, so I am expecting a little bit of difference in these. We'll see how it comes out, but there's a little empty piecing there. Yeah, I will I'll show you all more. See that, well, you know, now that we've got a really good close-up of where we're at in the afternoon on day 2, tomorrow we should see even better. So to start this, it's soaking in water about 24 hours, and then wetting the grain. This container that they're in right here has holes in the bottom only on one side, so 3, 4, 5 times a day, depending on how warm it is, I will fill this with lukewarm water, drain it well, and then let it sit. because the grain does need to continue to be damp, but not floating in water. And so hence the little papers damp there where it was continued to drain off the last of the moisture in the pan. But I do drain it off as much water as will drip, and then set it in a light spot. Doesn't have to be sunny, in a light area, and it does need to be warmish. I wouldn't put it on the windowsill on a cold day. I don't think that's would defeat the purpose. I just love how it's starting to sprout out there on so many of them. So we'll see where we are at on day 3, and I'll be back with that in just tomorrow, but it'll be a continuation of the same video. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay guys, this is day 4, and though you can see a lot more of the little root fibers coming out, there is also some green shoots, but I don't think this is nearly the amount of sprouts we had in the lentil fodder experiment. And surprisingly, you can see even those dark ones, they're actually sprouting, and I thought that those might actually be bad, and they're not. You can really tell on those two. And I think what's happened here is there's so many of them that haven't sprouted at all. This grain happens to have the hull on it, and I'm thinking that that is either what is slowing down the process or retarding it completely. Now, let me see if I can get it here. See the little fuzziness on some of those white tendrils? It was much more pronounced before I watered it, and I thought, uh-oh, we're starting to mold, which would be a very bad thing and call an immediate halt to this. And it may still be that it is. I don't know for sure. But what I'm going to do is, excuse me, continue to monitor this for another day. And if it does look, in fact, that it's molding, I'm just going to dump it and do my best to find some wheat or actual barley. It's just kind of prohibitively expensive for me, and this happened to have been very easy to find. I'm not finding any feed stores that carry barley or even wheat. They're supposed to be farm stores, so you would think if someone is planting, but then again, it's not a common crop out here, so there you go. Okay, I will tag on to this video the next segment, and we'll see it all together when it's done. Hey guys, welcome back. This is, I think we're at day 5 now, and as you can see, the oats are definitely sprouting, but still not in the profusion that we had with the lentils. Still a lot of tendrils coming out, some newly sprouted greens starting to pop out, and the ones that were established are getting taller. But this is supposed to be ready to feed day after tomorrow, and I just I'm not really seeing this as a successful fodder experiment. I mean, it's something's happening here. Maybe it's just going to take an extra day. But this isn't something that I think is truly sustainable to do on a regular basis. Yeah, just I'm not happy with the outcome of this completely. And it looks like, what is that? I've got a weed. That's funny. There's a little weed or something in there. It's hilarious. I wonder what I'm growing. Okay, well. We'll keep watching it. I'm not ready to give up on it quite yet. Some of those little sprouts are getting quite long. Others are just barely starting, as you can see. And my little weedy. Okay. Well, the fade to day 6. Hey, good morning. It's 5 a.m. I'm getting the dogs up, and you can always hear them in the background, especially when I do the morning recording. The cats got into my fodder. They like it. They've torn it up, scattered around. I'm disappointed. They like to eat grass too. Oh well. I don't. Darn cats. That's all I have to say about that. Hey guys, believe this is day 5, and I showed you early this morning that my cats had gotten into the my fodder experiment here. I guess they like oat grass, and I was taking a look at this, and you know, there's not really a root mass. I mean, there's roots, don't get me wrong, but not the root mat that I had. There's, you know, probably about, I don't know, 90% of this grain didn't even sprout at all. So I'm calling it not a success. I'm going to see what I can do about getting some wheat or barley and try this again. It'll be a fodder experiment number 3, but fodder experiment number 2 was only minimally successful. So I'll see you in the next experiment.